Let's stay close to the phone charger here. Let me see here. Orientation is locked. What the hell does that mean? Sweet. All right, so if you're just catching this, we jumped on here. There's no warning. We didn't put any notifications at all. There's going to be any kind of live stream at all. Just jumped on here all at once. And apparently I can't put this thing in the holder, so we'll just have to hold the whole time, right? All right, let me see here. Remember to bring up the deal here. All right. How's it going, Tim? I forgot somewhere to set this phone down, though, because it's jiggly as hell. Orientation is locked. Why are you doing that? How's it going, Bill? Hold on a second. Old man's trying to figure out how to rotate the phone and not have it clip out. That may be something Facebook does not do anymore. Or YouTube. How's it going, MFC? How's it going, Larry? So I just want to see what everybody thought about what's been going on at the shop. If you like these kind of videos, I do understand that. I'm going to set this thing down. I totally am. That M5 stuff is not for everybody. And so if you're not an M5 guy, there we go, risky. Lid against the water bottle. If you're not an M5 guy, you may not be liking the latest videos. It's just the way it is, though. I mean, there we go. How's it going, Steve Smith? David, can you go over on how to take out a power steering pump on an E60? Depends on what engine it is. Let's take it right out, man. Let me see here. But yeah, so we went today and looked at another car. I don't know if we're gonna buy it or not. I can't tell you what the stuff is because it kind of ruins the surprise. It ruins the thumbnail, the initial video. And then we're going one day this week. I don't want to say which day it is. And to buy something that's not BMW for the channel. Something very, very rare. And it's from a different country altogether. So there is that. I can't even say that because we haven't got there to pick it up. The deal's done on the phone. But until I actually get it picked up, we can't say, yes, I bought this because we didn't buy it yet. How's it going, Adam? He's got a 08 535i with 8,000 miles. Let's see. This thing won't let me go back very far on the phone. You've been a laptop. What's the best M BMW? Okay, so a lot of guys are saying that the E60 M5 is the worst M car. That's not the worst M car. That's not even close to the worst M car. That's not even the same zip code. S63 is the worst by any stretch, any way, any shape, any form. The rest of the cars are child's play compared to that. A lot of guys saying that the S85 is the most expensive one. It is an expensive car, but as far as M cars, it's not the most expensive at all. There is more stuff, obviously, being a V10. I'm not happy with this live stream, the way the questions come through. It keeps closing itself. I've been 62, but I like the M5 videos because they feel more comfortable about getting one in the future. Yeah, so we're seeing a huge influx in these cars hitting the markets for cheap. Dodge Chargers. We discussed this before about the Dodge products, the Chargers, the Hellcats. Whenever we go to different cities, all we see is that. I think last time we talked about this, we kind of joked about that being the car of the hood. The 2022 car of the hood is Dodge Charger, Hellcat, Challenger. For some reason, that line of cars is attractive to some people for some reason. I don't know. I don't share that same thing. Obviously, I'm not saying they're good or bad. It's just not my thing. Just like BMWs are not most people's thing. But we do see a lot of that through Memphis, Detroit, Nashville, things like that. And they're all got Hellcat stickers on them. They're not Hellcat. It's all, that's what's in, I guess. I don't know. Yes, hit the like button. YouTube has been pretty unfair to this channel this past year. Really difficult to get views anymore. Very difficult for them to push anything anymore at all. That's not just on this channel, it's on all the channels. It's like, it just comes in big waves. You're not to the mileage yet to where things will start unraveling on that. Probably close though. But everything costs money to run. It depends on what you're into, really. 2001 7 high. I'm not going to say this, but maybe that's what we looked at today, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. We'll figure it out. Uncle Roger's in here. All right. 2018 530i B48 engine. Going to get a M550 soon. Let me see here. Every intersection, you see one or two Challengers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I said, everybody's into different stuff. People's into cars I would never touch. I'm into cars other people would never touch. Just the way it is. I make this stay up. YouTube wrecked this live stream stuff, that's for sure. It works good on a computer, but not on a phone. It's terrible. It's all about the likes. Yep. 325,000 miles, my 545i. Still drive regularly. Had problems with my F-150 5.4 Triton. Yes. That thing will blow the spark plugs out in the blink of an eye. Where am I at? What state? We're in Missouri. We're a little bit south of St. Louis. And I want to say, too, I put that last video before, and I said two things in that video I probably should have not said. One, everybody knows that blue car is going to be for sale very soon. So we had a bombardment. After I put the video up of it running and driving, everybody's emailing me wanting to drive it, or wanting to buy it. Not and drive it, I guess. Wanting to buy it. And holy crap. Never knew that many people was interested in that. The second thing is, oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say now. We'll come back to it. I can't remember. Tired, man, real tired. We get more tired because more stuff's coming in. We have to go get stuff and things like that. So yeah, I mean, overall, let me see. M54 looking cool up in the turbo lines. Yep, $3,000. A little much for that, boys. A little much. Anyhow, we're in Missouri. Do I work on other people's cars? No. That is one thing I wanted to state. Also, by putting the video out, I don't know what I was going to say now. By putting that video out, I said, if anybody has a broken M5 or M6 you want to sell, get a hold of me. That was a mistake. Holy crap. Everybody has one of those. Will we buy another one coming up? Yes. Here's the thing. We have to, this has to go, this has to go, and this has to go. Neither one of those things need to stay here because that keeps us from doing anything else. And that has to go too pretty soon. So what's the state on the blue car? I did run out today. I did not get fuel for it. We will get fuel for it more likely tomorrow, so we can take it on a longer drive. We want to do the GoPro 360 cam was a GoPro Max. It's somewhere around here. I don't know what Phil did with it. And we want to do that, a longer driving video, a better quality driving video. I'm in talks with a wheel for this thing, for a rear wheel. This one has a little crack in it. And that guy slowed it right back. He needs to get back to me tonight because we're not waiting on some dude to sell me a wheel for a lot of money, right? We'll just go pay a little more, little bit more, and just get one right away. I want that in transit tomorrow. I don't want to sit here and wait. And then before I go to bed tonight, we're gonna order the tires for this thing. On the weekend, doesn't matter. As long as I had the order in today, they will ship tomorrow. By the end of the week, I want everything here. And then we'll put the new tires on. We'll take the tape measure to this thing, see if it's out of alignment. It may not be. If nobody's aligned it with the bag control arms that were on it, it might be very well good, but we'll know soon enough. I did order the right upper control arms. I didn't post that video, I forgot. 10-second rundown. All the stuff. And I was getting ready to put the new ones on. I reached in the box and it was the wrong ones. So we'll delete all that footage and do that at a later date. Let me see here. How tight should the crank bolt be on 2740 IL? All of it. The last few what we had to do, we had to drop the timing pin in it. And I had a piece of water pipe, like thick wall water pipe. It was like steel or lead or something. It was like 6 foot long. It took everything I could to break that bolt loose. So if you're having trouble getting it off, not the only one. Do you work on 911 Porsches, 993s? I've actually had 993s, 996s. Went through a stint there for many years buying stuff in the early 80s, 911s, 911 Turbo, 911 SC. I've rebuilt all those cars because I'm an old man, that's why, right? Old geezer. So that's nothing new to me at all. And like I said, before we do anything here, like even though we just built that Maroon M5 not too long ago, but I've also had my hands on many cars since then. So before I start on anything, I'll go through, do a little pre-research on it, look up, refresh my memory, make sure we have all the info we need, all the parts we need before we start on something. I'm not the kind of person that jumps in and doesn't do any research first. That's how you break stuff. That's how you ruin engines. Really wanted a GTS or even a GTR, but you know, when I bought the G-Wagon, you want to see a car that gets no views, you start posting stuff on a G-Wagon, you get 0 views. 5, 6, 7 years ago, when not many people done it, they probably got a bunch of views. In 2022, when everybody's done it, nobody cares. It's not a car most people can afford, and the people that are out there that have them are not working on them themselves. That's why I sold it. So if I get a GTS or GTR, it's not going to be for any kind of video convenience at all. Tim's BMW DIY channel. How's it going, Tim? BMW content, amazing job, Nathan. Consider E92 project. Man, E90, E92, E93. After having that bright blue one, I just kind of burn out on those, man. That thing was a pain in the ass. 1052. Let me see here. Get some camera placement and lighting yourself. I can. The problem is, Adam, if you can see this place, she's getting full stuff. We're gonna have to build some more shop. It's to the point. I sold a few cars lately. If I had more room to keep them, I wouldn't have sold them. But we just can't keep everything. They'll stop me from buying other stuff. And right now the economy's kind of at the teeter and brink. We're pretty much trying to pass as many cars through as we can, as quick as we can. Revenue is not returned to what it should be. It's still about half, which is totally enough for us to keep going. But once you make more and you go back to making less, you start freaking out, right? So he's looking for a car that's done, that you don't have to worry about. you know, go buy it from us, you're not going to have a problem. No audio. Back on. I have no idea. Probably internet dropping out. Thoughts on getting E30M on the channel? I seen the prices are coming down on those. There's one for 29,000 on there a while back. I just don't. It's not. That car is not worth that kind of money. It's just not. Let me see. We don't care if it got anything to do with the BMW. Just want to know about the car. Trust me, guys. I have just a thing coming up. It's just a thing. We'll make a video on that. Also, Phil come over today. He's don't come over on the weekends. He's over today. We're talking about a few things, and been trying to get him to start a channel for a while. He could do some behind the scenes stuff here. He could do some, you know, he has a Mercedes and a BMW, and we talked about getting him a project car to build because all the tools were here. And I think we found that one today. I really do. So what do you guys think about that? It's not something you watch. You watch Phil. I'd probably be on there too, here and there. But being he's an employee of mine, I kind of want to get him started, branched off a little bit on his own, just in case something happens to me. He's not sitting around with no job. You know what I mean? It's a little backup for the boy. The one car garage, yep. And if you remember before that, we started out working in the gravel in the heat. I pulled the M62 TU out of my then girlfriend's X5 in 100-degree weather in the gravel. It was awesome. But you have to do stuff like that to get started. That's what I was telling Phil also. I was like, man, you don't have to start like that. We have AC, we have heat. We keep this place 68 in the summertime. We keep it 80 if you want in the wintertime. We have every tool for a BMW here you can pretty much imagine. Every single thing. We spent the last 7 years constructing tools and different things to make it super easy to work on anything. I never worked at a BMW dealership. I started doing stuff with German cars back in, let me think here. I started with Corvettes first. Then I went to RX-7s, rotary stuff, did a lot of rotary stuff. And once those started getting so expensive you couldn't find them anymore, we started going to Porsches, did a lot of Porsche stuff back. Started doing Porsches probably 2002, 2003. Wasn't long, I bought an E36. I'm gonna grab me something to drink here. I bought an E36 and it was a very, very good car. And I started out on that. It was such a good car, I didn't have to do too much to it. It wasn't long after that I started buying some E39s. Once I started doing E39s, I really liked the E39 a lot. Obviously they're getting dated now, but some guys are still into those a lot. Give me a Perrier Fusion. Don't mistake it. It's got to have the Fusion under it. The other ones taste like swamp water. And start off with E39s, get some 7 Series, E34 stuff. About the middle of the E39s, I started doing some YouTube things. E39 M5. I've been looking. Somebody said too in the comments of the day to get an E34 M5. E34 M5 is about 30 grand. Really about the same price as E39 M5. After having so many E39s, I can't justify spending 30 grand on one for that chassis. And, you know, we already have cars and had cars over 500 horsepower. To pay 30 grand for something with 400 horsepower, I don't know, man. I can't see it. I'm just not into it that much. Let me see here. What's your favorite? To be honest with you, you're all gonna laugh at this. My favorite BMW is probably E60 M5. That is not a hard car to work on. It makes very big power. I really enjoy driving the 6-speed manual one here. I've never driven one of those. Um, it drove like an M54 6-cylinder. Like just driving around here, it was quiet. This one has all the factory exhaust. Never drove one with that either. Everything we had before was all modified exhaust. Although having the straight pipe exhaust, it does make the car. It is a very ordinary car until you do that, and but you could definitely drive this thing no problem. SMG 3 is a little bit rough, and here's the thing: with the G-Wagon dual clutch, SMG 3 with the Porsche Tiptronic, any of those cars you put it in drive, it shifts like hell. It's putting it way too high gear, way too quick all the time. All those cars, you kind of have to drive it in manual mode. Just the way it is. And I thought with the dual clutch and the G-Wagon, it would not be that way. It was that way. It absolutely was. And as far as I know, the guy who bought the G-Wagon is still doing good with it. I haven't heard anything bad back. I mean, it should be a very good car. I sorted all the issues with that. And I even told him, I said, hey man, if something breaks, don't go to the dealership. Call me first and see if I could easily walk you through it over the phone. But since we do all the coolant lines, we shouldn't be having any more problem with that at all. How do you stay in shape while being so busy? I'm not exactly bikini body shape, but I thought of making a video on that. I was the last 3 years of my life, I was on blood pressure meds. I've never had a more horrific experience in my entire life. But I was reading on that, and people were saying the right term for that is disabilitating side effects, and that is true. Since I stopped off those for 9 months, I think, give or take, and I have so much energy now, I have trouble going to sleep at night. That stuff knocked my energy level so far in the dirt. But I want to make a video coming up on that soon. I didn't want to interrupt this series on this car by doing it now. But I think a lot of you that are on blood pressure meds, by doing the mass amount of research I did, I could definitely 100% help you get off of those. 100%. You just have a lot better life in general not taking that stuff. It is a sedative. So it's like taking a handful of Benadryl and trying to operate in life. It doesn't work. I have a BMW E46, a high-pitched whistle. Sounds like it's coming from the dash. Oh, inside? It could be a blower motor. It could be a lot of stuff. Let's see. Can you put Valvoline Max Life ATF in a Porsche Cayenne Asian 8-speed? Yes, you can. What you cannot put Valvoline Max Life in is a CVT transmission. What's the best BMW to buy or investment in the meantime? BMWs are tough. You have to get it right. You have to find something that's not totally just roached out. Something that is going up in price. E36 M3, that market bombed out. I sold that car just in freaking time, boys. That was a false market. And what we found out, I'll be totally honest with you, the market you see is not the market everybody's getting. That's not the price everybody's getting. Never was. The post-COVID car spike, we could never get anywhere close to any of that number. The only way you can sell a car nowadays, find the cheapest one on Facebook and market under that. That's the only way. If you try to market with everybody else, you'll never get a phone call, never get a message. We learned that with the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon should have been close to 100 grand. There's people on there with my mileage asking 130. When that was all said and done, I sold that thing for 68.9 or 68.5. I can't remember, 68.5, I think. And I turned that loose because we weren't driving that car. That thing took super unleaded. It got at best 8 miles to the gallon. So every time we went to the grocery store, it's 50, 60 bucks in gas. Every time we did anything with it. And it was taking up so much space in the shop. And at that point in time, once we replaced about 20 coolant lines on it at 86,000 miles, at one point in time, just like enough's enough. We could use this money that's in this thing to go buy a bunch of other cars, which we did. and to make more money, to make more videos, and it's not such a hassle having that thing around, because it was. And we went through that thing to where we almost got robbed at the grocery store in the Sequoia. This is probably a month ago, and that was also a deciding factor of getting rid of that thing. It's gotten to the point to where even small towns like we're at, you're a major target. Do you do everything yourself? Yes, I do. Seeing people in the comments before saying, "Who's working for you? Who's doing all your work?" If you find that person that could do it, call me. Let me know. Uh, Phil doesn't know how to do anything yet. He's just starting out on stuff. He's been helping a lot with this, but there's only so much he could do because he doesn't know anything about it. If it's something that we've done before together, I could have him go over it. But he's the very entry level of apprentice at this point, and he's trying to run the camera. You saw the few times I tried to do the camera work myself. Now with the big camera, it doesn't work. You have to have a cameraman for it, and that's what Phil's job is in the video edit. So I don't have to sit my ass in front of the computer all the time like I did, which is how I got high blood pressure and do all that. I'm missing some of these comments, guys. She's rolling pretty quick. Dancing alone. Yep. The blood pressure meds, man. That's a shitty Band-Aid. That is not. Any doctor would be quick to write you that. Never once do they want to actually address the problem. Or rebuild my N62 block to the B5 specs with the supercharger. You could do that. I mean, but I don't know. Why? Is it really worth that? When somebody wants to retrofit something crazy, I always say, is it really worth that? Is it really? Probably not. I think it would make it somewhat undrivable, make the life expectancy very short on it. 2005 28i BMW, and I'm moving to the cold climate. Prepare yourself, son, for frozen CCV valves. The CCV on M54, we have it all the time here. Mom's X3 when she had the X5. It gets down to 0 outside. The thing turns into a block of ice. You go to start it up, it's all cutting out and stuff. Window regulators. If you roll the windows down on an E46, an E39, an E38, an E53, and it's below freezing outside, you might as well just get some on pre-order because you're going to bust them every time. If you get lucky, it'll pull the pinch things off the glass and not bust it. Let me see here. (2021) M550, what's your oil filter change interval? Everything we do here, here's my thoughts on it. What was that car? What they say now, 10,000 miles or 15, something stupid. I wouldn't let it go past 5, man. If you want to keep the engine clean on the inside, I would almost go 3. It's not; those are not expensive cars to change oil. You want to see an expensive car to change the oil on? Change on that for once. Start buying 10W60, and that racks up. I have not had an E92 M3. M5E60, no difference in terms of reliability than M54. Okay, an S85 is tremendously more reliable than an M54. People's gonna bitch and piss and moan. If you do the rod bearings once every 100,000 miles, and to be honest, you put ACL bearings in it and the ARP bolts, you probably never got to touch it again. These cars don't leak oil. They don't have any problem. They only have problems if people mess with stuff in them. Or rebuilt the BMW panoramic roof. I have some videos up on that. They're a long time ago. I don't know what the parts are anymore. I remember parts were a bitch to find whenever I did it. The best way to prevent that is never open the damn thing. If you must open it, make sure everything's greased. But if you park it out in the sun, any plastic pieces that open that roof, any arms, are gonna get rotten and break. Don't bang your head. What are you talking about? What do you think about buying a Z3M to fix up on the channel? I wouldn't mind finding one of those. We can't pay top dollar. There's so few of those around. Everybody wants top dollar that has them. Do I fix other people's cars? I try not to. There's always some family member, some friend wanting to do this. What I found out about doing that, I recently had to say no to a lot of that stuff because that'll take up all my time. That'll take up all of our time so we can't make videos right. All of our time so I can't fix my own stuff. Working on other people's stuff for free. And it's just not productive. I don't like charging people money. People offer all the time to bring their cars to me. I don't like charging people money. I like taking money from YouTube, right? They're kind of a bunch of assholes. I don't mind taking their money. I don't want to take your money. I'm not into that. I never was. I'd make a terrible local business owner. F10 Series N55 engine. Remember, like you guys coming on here, you still gotta do those rod bearings, even on the newer ones. A lot of guys say, oh no, it's not a problem. And then we'll get guys comment and say it is a problem, that theirs blew up. You're gonna have to do that. It's just like this car, any of these M5s. Yeah, we could have drove this without doing the rod bearings. If we'd have drove the white car, which was not knocking, without doing the rod bearings, it would have blew a hole inside the block. If I drove this blue car without checking, without taking it apart first, it would have blew up because that Vanos pump would have blew it up. So why not? N55 is so cheap for doing the rod bearings on too. Why not do that? If money is no object, what BMW would you have? I'll be totally honest with you. Money's not that much of an object. I'm buying BMWs. It's unfortunate a lot of the new M cars are still S63. That's very unfortunate for them. I don't know. I'm not into old cars as much. That's why I sold the 1600. You see a lot of those CS 2800s now for sale. There was a Revit on there earlier on Facebook. They wanted $50,000 for it. Are those $50,000 cars? No, they're not. It's just not. I've seen the price of 2002s and 1600s also hit the floor. You could buy a very nice one for low teens right now. I've been seeing several of them on there. But do you want that? No AC, no creature comforts. Like, do you want that? I don't know. I don't know if I want that or not, to be honest with you. Let me see here. Saul says, I want to thank you, Nathan. Done so much work on my BMW and saved thousands from your instructive videos by using it myself. Actually helped build my confidence. That's all you gotta do, man. Research is everything. Never, ever, ever start working on any car without doing research. If you want to see a nightmare in the making, go to your local shop, watch what those guys do. Let's start working on the car. I know everything. I'm too good to look at the internet. I'm too good to look at anything and start jumping in. You start replacing all the wrong parts, everything. See it all the time. How's it going, Terrence? I'm missing a bunch of these messages, guys. I'm trying to read them all. Our N63 motor is really that bad. N63 and S63, stay away. We are still getting people all the time, even putting out those X6 videos, trying to draw awareness to that. Because people buy this stuff, it's becoming cheaper. So they'll go buy it. They could barely afford to buy it. They'll buy it. Most of these people aren't making it in a couple weeks and it blows up. The engine seizes. And then they're on there trying to get me to bring it to my house to work on it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't want nothing to do with that at all. We cannot have a job that you have to buy $8,000 engine, or, you know, like Brian's X6 isn't a mind-numbing amount of money to fix that. It's just not worth that. Stop buying S63 cars and N63 cars. Stop buying that. That's a terrible idea. This man's made me so much money. Thanks, Terrence. How's it going, Chad Riddle? What's the new car? Chad, you know me. I can't say that, buddy. I can't say that. You'll find out. You'll find out Wednesday. Right? Wednesday. How's that? You guys there? So Nathan was smart enough to buy 2 different internet service providers because Nathan knows all too well when it'll start glitching like that and we switch over to the other one. Yep. Chad, Wednesday would be the day. We'll be back here Tuesday. I don't think we're gonna make a video. Have time to post the video. It takes us. We're shooting everything in 4K at 60 at 10-bit with the new camera, with the new Sony, and it's like a crazy setup. This is a new Sony Alpha 7 IV, and so it takes a long time to upload, and we have to edit this. Depends on what we're doing. Might take Phil 30, 40 minutes to edit the video. We'll have to run through Handbrake to condense it because by that time it's still 80, 90 gigs. We can't upload that. Run through Handbrake, it takes about an hour. That knocks it down to like anywhere from 1 to 5 gigs. We upload it. We'll take it close to an hour to upload that. It is such an extreme resolution. And you guys can see that. The video I did here a while back, I messed up. I clicked the wrong setting and loaded up in 1080p. And you could tell it too. How reliable is N62B44? It's actually not that bad of an engine. They leak oil from everywhere. It has valve stem seal problems. That's all not that hard to fix. Other than that, it's actually very good. No rod bearing problems at all. YouTube changed the algorithm back in March, dial in the ad dollars. Yep, they did. My revenue, we hit the January drop. If you don't know, you do YouTube. Every January, it hits the floor. Usually by February, mid-February, end of February, it's coming back to normal. We went into January so high in revenue. Let me tell you, boys, there's some serious money changing hands this past fall and winter in Nathan's BMW workshop and on the MRA channel. And we went to so high when it knocked us in half, we probably went down to the somewhat normal earnings. But YouTube does want to spend. Advertisers only want to buy on channels that have 1 to 10 million subscribers, huge channels. And that knocks our CPM way down. CPMs are come up a little bit. It's $10 off eBay. It took 6 hours to download. Really surprised it works. A lot of people buy that, it never works. Wonder how long it'll work for is gonna be the next thing. Jonathan, enjoy your channel. 2014 428i with N20. Okay. Change the oil. All right, 5,000 miles. Do you think can make it to 200,000? Probably. Those had timing chain guide problems. That's not a hard engine to fix, so it's really not. At the first hint of any kind of timing chain noise, replace that tensioner. Immediately replace the tensioner. If it's too late, replace the guides. It's not that hard. That's not that expensive either. Terrence, can't say the new cars, man. You gotta wait for the video. Actually, the new car we're going to get, there's 2 of those there. The guy has 2 of them. Trying to make me deal on both. I said, man, you see my shop. We can't do 2 of them. You can only stack shit so high in this place, right? Anyhow, we'll put a video of 2 out. If they do very well, we may go grab the other one. I don't know. I really like E39 530i. They're getting hard to find too, though. Jason, yep, I'll do her 5,000 miles too. N62 is a great motor, has valves. Yeah, the valve stem seal thing is not that expensive anymore. You could rent the tools off eBay to do it. They used to be expensive, they're not anymore. Clutch fan delete on 97 E39. Kept the stock aux fan. No electric. Yeah, you don't have to. As long as the the electric fan works on that, the front fan. The clutch fan on any of these BMWs, you don't ever need that. That does virtually nothing. We deemed that useless a long time ago. What it will do is take your water pump bearing out, possibly fly through your hood of your car. You and Dean still friends? I talk to Dean sometimes, but he's kind of doing his own thing now, you know? Forget not buying your last E39 530. The black one, I think that was a really nice car. That was a really nice car. As far as I know, the guy that bought it still has it. Yeah, Chad, don't take long, man. You find me an abandoned Walmart building, start packing that full of cars, I guess. We're at the machine shop the other day getting that subframe welded. I was looking at his building. I was like, how big is this place? He said 150 by 200. I said, yeah, that's about what we need, boys. It's about what we need. Let me see. E39 530 local that has no headlights, no taillights, working otherwise clean. That's probably light control module. That'd be on that one. B58. I've not heard or seen anything on B58 for a long time. I've not even heard that phrase anywhere. The most commonly abused and unmaintained BMW, E38. That takes the cake. Everyone's roached out, man. Everyone. If you do see a nice one, people are wanting stupid money, 10, 14 grand. Are they worth that? No. Are they ever going to get that? No. That's a fantasy price. Makes me think, though, E38 today, for a nice one, may be worth 4 or 5 grand. Maybe. Your garage come with your house. The house was here first, and we built the garage onto it. This place is still like a state of unfinished. You know what I mean? We don't have all the trim on the ceiling. There's still more concrete to be poured. There's still a never-ending amount of stuff. Seafoam, but drop your compression? Shouldn't have. We've had some of those cars before. After sitting, they had no compression. We took the plugs out, cranked and cranked and cranked on them, and it all came back. Probably getting a valve problem if you're having compression issues like that, and stuff like that is affecting it, more than likely. Let me see. Okay, so are you into crypto or just stocks? So everybody's bitching at me for the last I don't know how many years. You need to get some into stocks. You need to get into stocks. Well, at the current way things are going, I don't want to buy into it recently. But then I thought maybe I will because everything's low. I'm talking to a bunch of people. Then they were like, yeah, now's the time because everything's in the gutter. So I bought, I can't even look because I'm on my phone. Hope that make it cut out. Yep, Chad did the clutch fan delete. All prices on everything are dipping. Well, not everything. E60 M5, the prices on broken ones are dipping. There's a plethora of raggedy ones on there for 14 to 15 to 16 grand. Can you ever find one that says it's had everything done? Nope, sure haven't. And especially like this, everything will be done. You could just drive this car for a long ass time and never have to worry about it. And you can't get that anywhere else. Nobody else has that, or they know nothing about the car. Let me see here. Do you watch, I can't remember that dude's name, Streeton, M539. I try to get on there and watch it. It's so hard for me to watch anything, man. We're moving quickly, this place. We think about his work. I haven't watched enough of him to know that. He's always been nice to me. I don't know him personally. If I comment, he'll comment back. He'll like it and stuff. He got in a very interesting algorithm. He came onto the scene immediately with a bunch of subscribers, a bunch of views. That's unnatural for YouTube. But as people told me, he was also all over the forums, but the forums aren't that big. He got into semi-European, semi-United States algorithm and just pushes subscribers to the roof. We've seen it happen several times already. But that's what it is. Let me see here. Buy when it crosses the 20, so when it goes below. I'm just learning about the stocks. I'm not in this real deep. We're at probably $400 or $500 at this point. I thought it may taken. We sell this blue car, take like 800, 1,000 bucks out of it, just dump in the stock market, just play the whole work, see what works, what don't. The problem with doing short stocks, you pretty much have to stare at your screen like this all day, buying and selling, buying and selling. I don't have time to do that. But I can see where, as a retirement fund situation for the long-term stocks, you could definitely get into that with a few $1,000s and over a span of a lot of years come out with a lot of money. I have a neighbor that did that. He's 75 years old. He made like $500,000 in the last 15 years off of that. Vanos, not Vamos. George? Those old cars, it's not a big deal if it's not Vanos or Vanos. Oh, he's a Wall Street Journal, yeah. See, we don't get any love from any other BMW channels at all. At all. We're just all here, me and Phil, all by ourselves doing stuff. We don't live close to anybody that does YouTube, especially BMW stuff. We're 2,000 miles, 3,000 miles away from the closest person. Our channel is bigger than theirs, so there it is. You know, Screeton's, what, 6,000 miles away from us, 7,000? So we just can't go hang out with them for the weekend. It's just not that way. We put some hard work in, man, over the last 7 years. And we did well. Could have gone better, yes. Could have gone worse. Oh, hell yes, it could. Could have went way worse. X6, trying to find PDC module. I don't know enough about X6 to even know that anymore. I had to look it up on the internet. Let me see. If you don't have 50K, you can't really make a dent. Get in a Roth IRA and build. Yeah, we could probably do that, but I've been trying not to just dump tons of money in the stock market. We're just kind of going at it slow. But I need to do the Roth IRA. I need to do as much different stuff as I can. If I wake up one morning and we just can't log into YouTube and it's done, which is the way it's going to go one day, we have something to fall back on. What's the future of BMW? BMW doesn't stop messing around, and they're trying to do this Tesla stuff to where only you have to take it back to the dealership only. They're trying to hoard up every penny they can. They don't stop that, they're going to be out of damn business. Nobody wants that besides BMW. We need rumble seat. Is that what that dude was on? Yeah. I have no idea what rumble seat even is. Wall Street Journal? I don't know. Yep. Get Wall Street Journal down here. I'll put on a white bathrobe, a gold grills, and gold chains. Answer the door. That'd be sweet. What do you want? What's the fastest car you've ever driven? I'm trying to think, man. I've had drag Corvette. To be honest, the G-Wagon had probably more actual real-time horsepower than that. The G-Wagon is just so heavy. M5, same way. A ton of horsepower, but it's heavy. What's the fastest car here right now? That's the fastest one. Makes a little over 300 on the 85. but it's tiny. It's like a Miata. Dancing alone, yep. You're right on that. I don't know the terminology. I'm new to it, but we're figuring it out. How you get this to plus, I have no idea now. Somebody said buy it on eBay. Christopher, thank you very much, man. $4.99. You guys don't have to do that. Anybody else is on here, send me super chat, send me this. You guys don't have to do that. That's not the purpose of this live stream. I thank you very much for doing that. It's just not like we don't need that. 70 people watching, 51 thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys. Not too bad for hopping here at the very last minute. It's not like we do live streams all the time. People aren't expecting that. Should there be 3,000 or 4,000 people in here? Probably. But YouTube ain't going to show us anybody. So, hey, we love you guys. 70 or so people. 80, whatever it is. We're down with that. Makes it a little more up and close and personal. They have so many people in here I can't even read anything. People ask versus what people get for a car is a big difference. Yeah, that's true. What car have you owned was appreciated most by women? The car we're going to get in the next day or so. That's the one. I can't even say any more than that. If somebody here knows, don't spill the beans. We want that initial hit on the video. And the first 2 videos in this car will determine whether to buy the other one the guy has or not. It's not what you think it is. You would never guess this in a million years. Going live, hoping people giving them money. Yep. I was on that Tommy Effia's live stream earlier. And I threw $20 in. It's when you're a YouTuber, it's good advice sometimes to get recognized on other channels. Threw $20 in. Tommy's like, said your name and that was it. What was alarming, those are kind of BMW guys too. And nobody in the comments even knew what it was, which is bizarre, right? Very bizarre. BMW spinning key fix. Man, I don't know how many times we sit there with a bobby pin or a pick trying to get that tumbler out. Holy crap. Ever get mice in your cars when you leave them outside? Well, you try not to leave anything outside. The fix for the mice is to get some dryer sheets. I'm not even joking. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. We put 2 under the hood up by the strut towers. We put a couple in the trunk, 1 in each floorboard, and you let us outside, mice won't touch that car. I don't know what the hell it is about dryer sheets. They do not like that at all. But we're trying to leave anything set outside at all. That's why it's so important now. The Porsche is gone, boys. I'm selling that thing. It's always smoked on cold start, and it seems like maybe it's getting a little worse. I'm not down to fix that car. It's a $10,000 engine, and the rebuild the ones in there is about $9,500. I'm not into it. So anybody wants a 987 Cayman S in Hooker Red, black interior, let me know. Still drives totally fine. I just don't know what the future holds for that car, and I don't really care to find out. That'll get us another spot in here too. We have, like I said, cars coming in. That and the blue car has to go, man. It has to go. And we have to get the E46 back in here and finish it. We've been slacking on that. There's just not enough time in the day here to do everything. Do you play ball? Like baseball? No, man, I'm too old for that. Probably break a hip or something, right? That's how it works. Send me to you today for the first time. Well, good deal. Good deal. And on the other side of that is the M5 videos are doing pretty good. Pretty good for our channel. We post something is 3 to 5, 6,000 views. It's got to the point where that's pretty good. Never, ever, ever, ever did they ever promote a video to where it goes to 100K anymore. They used to do that for us every so often. Never, ever anymore. That's why it's so frustrating. We see M539 post a video, has hundreds of thousands of views within a few hours, and it's like, come on, YouTube, what, like, my chopped liver, or what's even going on here? What kind of sideways stuff is this? It's like a former lineman? Nope, not me. Been prostituting myself out to YouTube for the last 7 years, man. How much is a white BMW gonna be? I can't really answer that. I don't know. We're probably trying to get somewhere. I need to order the rest of the parts of that. I need to order all this. And we're trying to buy the cars. So that's where we're at with that. I think once this gone, I'll order the rest of the stuff. That car still needs a couple grand worth of stuff to be put together. That car still needs tires. I gotta rebuy the control arms for it because I use them on the blue car. I gotta rebuy rod bolts, rod bearings. I need to buy head bolts. I need to buy the bed plate bolts. I need to buy piston rings, head gaskets, another set of valve cover gaskets. And that needs to go to paint. It needs about $1,000 worth of paint to be perfect. I think we're gonna land somewhere around 18 on that car. Man, we're gonna have, I don't know, that car's not worth over 18. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna bring over 18. It has 92,000, 93,000 miles. Of course, there I'm going by the market on Facebook. Will somebody pay a little more for it? Totally done up? Maybe. That is the SMG car though. So people are into that. I don't know. I think I already bought the clutch for it. I mean, I'll have everything. Everything will be done on that car. You could actually drive that car and not have to worry about it. We very well may have 14 or 15 in that car. And you're thinking, oh, you're such an asshole. You're trying to get 18. You know how much work that is for a few grand profit? That's a lot of work, boys. That's a lot of work. A lot of time, a lot of work. Jonathan the chopped liver, like all of us, but you got your show. Appreciate that. M539 only started, what, a year ago? We're 7 years into this. We can't get YouTube to promote a video if its life depended on it. To be honest with you, I'll tell you a short story. I said this many times before. What killed my channel and got me 0 promotions was doing those lottery videos. They promoted that one lottery video past 5 million views. My revenue on that one video was over 100 grand. I'm not even messing with you guys. Not even joking, you guys. And ever since I did that, yeah, those are $40 CPM videos versus car videos are 16 or 18. But we'll make car videos, and YouTube isn't having that. They want me to make lotto videos. I don't want to do lotto videos. And now if I do another lotto video, they probably won't promote it since it's been too long. So that's where we're at with it. It has chopped off all my promotion when I did those videos about 2 years ago. Maybe 3 years ago. I don't know. You guys are learning stuff today about YouTube. I'm throwing numbers out there I shouldn't be, but that's the truth about it. You know me, I'm a no BS kind of dude. And that's what the deal is. Did I wreck my channel by doing that? Probably. I guess I traded that for making a bunch of money, right? That's what bought the G-Wagon. That's what built a lot of the shop. That's what did a lot of stuff. Gene, I'll let you know when you're done. Well, there'll be videos on, so you'll know. Think about the E46 and ZHP package. 5 year. I don't think they charge so much for those. If you could buy them for cheap, that's fine. They're charging what an M3 costs, maybe more. And I don't think it's worth that. If you already have one, it's totally fine. Will I go buy one and pay 15 or 18 grand for one? No, I wouldn't. Christopher, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? I did this because when I was fixing cars back in the day, you look up videos, guys will show you, they have a flip phone going like this with it. It's all shaky, it's all blurry. It'd be guys over in Saudi Arabia with wearing the white gowns with flip-flops on with a handful of zip ties, fixing stuff, things like that. You never could get enough information to actually do anything. Go through all the forums. There would never be enough info to actually do the job. And it pissed me off so bad. I said, you know what? these guys are doing this. They're making a bunch of money doing this. Why not? I went at it very aggressively. I posted every day for almost 4 years, every day. And, we have well over 1,000 videos out now. And, that's it. So thirsty, man. We ate barbecue earlier, just like killing me. Let's see, your sister helping. Okay. So my sister took a different job at an accountant's office because I guess here was, let's be honest here, it's not very exciting for a chick here. For a dude, it's like a playground, right? There's all kinds of dude stuff to do. But if you're a girl, it's pretty boring. There wasn't a lot for her to do on the car stuff. She did more MRE stuff, but it was also very taxing financially on me, paying 2 employees, her and Philip. And, she wouldn't have found something else. Will she come back? I don't know. Hard telling. Never say never. Yeah, Chad. I mean, you know the videos I'm talking about. You see them all the time, wherever they're at. Handful of zip ties, man. Once you see the flip-flops and a handful of zip ties come out, you know it's going to go bad. Zip timing gears on timing cards you can't do that on, and trying to fix them. My Jimbo, thank you very much, man. Appreciate you watching the vids too. I think putting that much money in Bitcoin would be suicide, financial suicide. As we just seen, Bitcoin hit the floor. Bitcoin, that's the whole thing behind it. It's never supposed to ever hit the floor. It's supposed to never follow the stock market. It was the first to go down, boys. And that's what the deal was. Yeah, there's not a whole bunch of chicks watching this channel. I can promise you that. What was our female ratio? Something like 7%. And, that's the way it is. But there is chicks that watch it. Just not many. Yep. Nathan's family channel. There we go. What have you made total on YouTube? Like in the last 7 years? Maybe you can expand your audience. Topless BMW repairs. I can. I don't think anybody wants to see me doing topless work, though. Right? Have to hire a smoking hot chick to come in here and do that with. I'll see if Phil wants to do it, but he probably won't want to do it either. He'll probably tell me that's a big negative. Let me see here. Trump, DeSantis, or Biden? We can't say that. It doesn't matter what I think, what my opinion, we can't say that on YouTube. Let me see here. Gabriel, thank you very much. Glad you could follow the vids and find some solution to the issues with them. Will I do a 550 E60 valve stem seal job? Probably not, just because we have too much going on here already. A lot of channels do not earn that much. We've been very fortunate. I know how it works. I know how the revenue situation works, even though right now it seems not to. It changes all the time. I started out knowing very well how it worked and what they wanted. Rick says he take one of those crazy trips, fly to Europe, special BMW Reno project. The problem with that stuff, it's hard to plan anything. The damn Wu flu coming back again, monkeypox, whatever the hell. I can't even say that anymore. They told us not to say that. All kinds of crap going around. Probably gonna shut stuff down again this year. You can't plan anything ahead. Bring us some chicks. Yep. How's it going, Rich? Yeah, the problem is I live in a town of 250 people. There's not exactly hordes of hot chicks walking around. I'll be honest with you. It's just not that way. It's not that way. In Southeast Missouri, in a town of 250 people, either the chick's your cousin or she weighs 450 and is 5'1", or both. Be totally honest here with that one. Which cars do you have? What cars are here right now, this very second? Two E60 M5s, Porsche Cayman S. I still have my Toyota Sequoia. We still have the E46. I think that's it. I have to go outside and look. Two E46s are here, actually. One's a parts car. S65. S65, I mean, it's just the same as S85. Rod bearing issues, things like that. Not... Is it more reliable than N54? I'll be totally honest with you. Yeah, probably. It probably is. Sobia says, I've never seen this YouTuber before. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm a 19-year-old Asian female, as you clearly see. Work on Kias every day. That's about it, man. See my Kia back here, the red one, all right? Kia Sophia, or whatever the hell they call them. So yeah, anyhow, the phone's about dead. It's on 15% and going down quickly. We'll probably button this up here shortly. Keys, there you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. That's what identify as that, right? That's how it works. But anyhow, like I said, it's probably gonna be, the next video is probably gonna be Wednesday. I don't think tomorrow we're trying to get ready to go on this trip. We're trying to get everything done. We have to check the Sequoia over. We have to make sure everything's tip top. We got to do MRA videos tomorrow. It's like gonna be a scramble, and try to get everything prepped up and ready. I don't think we're gonna be back in time to post a video Tuesday. It'll probably be Wednesday afternoon before it's up. But it's gonna be a banger, that's for sure. I can promise you that. You're gonna love it or hate it. Hopefully you love it. Hopefully YouTube promotes it. They probably won't. They'll probably get 3,000, 2,000 views, and that'll be it, right? That's the way she rolls. But in the very end, we never buy anything anymore only for videos. We also buy stuff that could definitely turn a profit on, because I learned in the past years, don't ever buy anything only for videos. That's not a good idea. Rich, send me $5, man. Appreciate it, but that's not necessary. Chad's going, yep, I got to run too, guys. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Been on here a little while. And 69 minutes, jeez. All right, guys, we'll see you Wednesday with a new video. Don't freaking miss it. It's going to be awesome.